You're now watching Double Op Pod, a daily operational pause to upload some positivity to your brain housing group to make life a little better. Hello and welcome to another episode of Daily Op Pause, where you can get your daily positivity. And today we're going to talk about keys to being a good listener. We've already talked about smiling. We've talked about being genuinely interested in other people and remembering people's names. Today, this comes from How to Win Friends and Influence People as well. We're going to talk about how to be a good listener. What's the importance of being a good listener? Well, it shows the speaker that you actually respect them, right? There's a connection and respect that is created when you're paying attention, that you actually give a shit what they have to say. By not paying attention, it shows that you're more important than them, and genuinely, people do not like people who don't give them the attention when they've got the floor. So just remember that. All right, I'm going to give 10 keys to being a good listener. Number 1, face the speaker, eye contact. This is pretty obvious. There's also body language. When a person has their arms crossed, it generally shows they might be disinterested, they want to leave. If they're looking at their watch at the door, they might be preoccupied and have something else they need to attend to, and they're trying to get out of there. The second key to being a good listener is to listen to nonverbal cues. Facial expressions, the tone or volume, gestures, those types of things, inflection, those types of things are nonverbal. They say that 90% of communication is nonverbal. So if you're not paying attention to those things, you're missing out on a lot of communication. See, it's not always what you say, but how you say it. Like, you can say, did a good job, or, you know what I mean, sarcastically, or did a good job. You know, so they can have two different meanings saying the exact same thing. So listen to those nonverbal cues. They truly do tell a lot more than we take for granted. Third key to being a good listener is to don't interrupt. It's just rude, it's frustrating, and it also makes the speaker think that you don't think that they're important. Fourth key to being a good listener is to listen without judging or jumping to conclusions. Now, a lot of people always want to jump in and say something because they think they know the answer, or they might be the resident expert, but it's not your time to talk, so keep your mouth shut and just let the person, it's their time. They've got the floor, they've got the talking stick. Let them talk. And if at the very end you can't help but share your advice, you should ask, may I make a suggestion? That way it's not unwarranted or unwanted. Fifth key to being a good listener is to not start planning what you're going to say next. A lot of people do this. I catch myself doing this too, especially in a room where I know I have to talk next. And that's just selfish. It means you care more about what people think of you than what this other person is saying. Think about that and work on it, because I know these things take time, and it's not just something that happens overnight. Sixth key to being a good listener is to show that you're listening. You can do this by nodding your head. Yeah, saying things like that. It's obvious. I mean, some of this stuff, it's not rocket science. You can figure this stuff out. Seventh key to being a good listener is to not impose your opinions or solutions. Listen for the sake of the talker and ask if they'd like suggestions if you cannot help but offer your advice. Eighth key to being a good listener is to stay focused. Don't be on your phone or just opening up books and flipping through pages, unless you can take notes. That still shows you're paying attention, but listen to what's being said. It's noticeable what you're doing. So stay focused. Ninth key to being a good listener is to ask questions. This was also on the episode of being genuinely interested in people, right? Asking the right questions. Relevant questions to show that you were listening, shows that you're interested in what they have to say, and you might need some clarification. It's going to get that speaker to expound and elaborate on something that you might have a hard time understanding. And the 10th key to being a good listener is to paraphrase and summarize. Try to summarize the main points of the conversation and repeat it back. It shows you are paying attention. Now, remember, these are not things that you're just going to perfectly be able to turn on and be able to execute right away. Things take time to learn. But just remember, practice makes permanent. Not perfect. Practice makes permanent. Nobody's perfect. But if you do something over and over, repetition is the mother of learning. It will be permanent, and it will be that second nature, muscle memory reaction that you just actively pay attention. So with that, thanks for listening to Double Op Pause. I hope you all have a blessed day. Thanks for watching Double Op Pause. Don't forget to like and subscribe and to share our content. God bless you.